Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm doing an ABC deck profile. So I'm super excited for this one because this deck just got some awesome new support with unauthorized reactivation and Union Driver out of Eternity Code, which is really exciting to make this deck just a little bit better. Now, unfortunately, we still only have one ABC Buster Dragon because they didn't even ban anything on the list or move anything really. They just moved 3 cards on the last ban list, so it didn't really do anything for the meta, so it's really interesting to see how this deck is still shaping up and working for the meta. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell on there so you can come for our notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description because we have some awesome rewards for you guys, like getting your name in the description of every single video, getting to request a deck profile every single month that you are a patron, or even getting a signed card sent to you in the mail. So, without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of a Assault Core. So a Assault Core is one of the 3 ABC pieces. It's kind of like, if you remember back in the day, XYZ Dragon Cannon, but it's XYZ Dragon Cannon retrained. So what this card does is once per turn, during either player's turn, or once per turn, you can either target a light machine monster you control and equip this card to it, or unequip it and special summon it. And the monster equipped with this card is unaffected by opponent's monster effects, except its own, and also the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, and you destroy this card instead. Now, all of our ABC pieces share the same ability, except for B makes it so they're immune to spells, and C makes it so they're immune to traps, which is really good. And then they also have a different last effect as well, but the main effect of the Union effect at the beginning, and them being able to not be destroyed by an opponent's battle or by card effect, you destroy this card instead, that is all the same on the same card. So A makes it so they're immune to monster effects, and it also has the ability that if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one other Union monster from your graveyard to your hand. Now B, when it's equipped to a monster, it makes them immune to your opponent's spell effects, which is really cool. And it also makes it, if this card is sent to the graveyard, then you get to add a Union monster from your deck to your hand. And C is really neat because it makes it so immune to traps, and it lets you special summon a Union monster from your hand if it is sent to the graveyard from the field to the graveyard. We then play a single copy of the new Union Driver. Now, I just play 1 Union Driver. You can bump it up to 2 if you want to, but I just like 1 personally. I think that it's fine at 1. But what it does is it basically lets you tag it out to be able to put an appropriate Union monster on another monster. Because that's the effect of, you can banish this equipped card equipped to a level 4 or lower monster to equip a level 4 appropriate Union monster from your deck to the monster this card was equipped to. You can only use this effect once per turn. It's a really good effect, but I just feel like it's a good one-up, to be honest. Then we play a single copy of Heavy Mech Support Armor. This card's kind of a staple inside ABCs. But what it does is, if it's normal or special summon, you get to target a Union monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which can help you go into your copy of the Link monster, the Union Carrier. It'll let you go into Union Carrier a lot easier, which is really nice because it just gets that monster back on your side of the field and lets you link it away. And if you send these to the graveyard, then you get their effects off as well, so it's kind of cool to just loop them back. It can also equip itself to a monster or special summon it when it's equipped to a monster. And it has the ability that your opponent cannot target a monster equipped with this card with card effects, and also it cannot be destroyed, or if it would be destroyed, you destroy this card instead as well. Then we play 2 copies of Gold Gadget and 2 copies of Silver Gadget. Basically, these do the exact same thing, but they're really neat because when this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon a level 4 machine monster from your hand. And if this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon a level 4 gadget monster from your deck, except another copy of themselves. So if you get a Gold Gadget destroyed, you can't special summon another Gold Gadget. You have to summon Silver Gadget. So that's why you play them at 2 and 2 each. So if you draw into both your copies, you can still special summon the other one, which is still pretty cool. We then play 2 copies of Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier is really good in the deck because it lets you send a light monster from your hand to the graveyard, and when you do, you special summon this card to your side of the field. After you special summon it to your side of the field, you get to add a Galaxy card from your deck to your hand, which is usually going to be Galaxy Soldier that you're always going to add from your deck to your hand off this card. So you play this card as a 1-of just to be able to special summon additional materials on your side of the field. Then I play a single copy of Symphonic Warrior Mike's. Mike's is really cool because it lets you special summon it from your hand by removing 3 Symphonic counters from your field. Which is usually kind of okay, but you really want to use this card to get you that additional normal summoner set. because it gives you an additional normal summoner set as well, which is super nice. We then play 3 copies of Symphonic Warrior Guitar. Guitar is the best one because when you normal summon it to discard a card, special summon Symphonic Warrior from your deck, except another copy itself. So what you're doing is you're discarding a card off of Guitar, special summoning Mike's, and then Mike's gives you that additional normal summon, which is kind of cool. So that's it for the machine monsters. Let's get into the hand traps as well. So for the hand traps, we're playing 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom's super helpful in this deck because it really helps out just stopping your opponent's shenanigans. So you play this card as a 3 of, and then 2 copies of Nibiru just to stop your opponent from doing, crazy boards. You drop the Nibiru just to deal with your opponent's stuff. So that's it for the hand traps, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Call by the Grave. The 3 Call by the Graves just super help out because you just don't want to deal with your opponent's stuff. So you use the Call by the Grave just to handle all the, stuff that your opponent might throw at you with hand traps and everything. 1 copy of Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is super good in here because if you summon out your copy of ABC Dragon Buster and then Dragon Buster gets taken out and your opponent leaves you with a monster on the field that has less than 2,000 attack and they have full life, then you can just immediately go into Utopia Double and Utopia and swing into your opponent for 10,000 and destroy the monster, which is super nice to be able to do. 1 copy of Terraforming just to get that copy of Union Hanger out of your deck because you really want to get into Union Hanger. 1 copy of Foolish Burial just to send your particular monsters, your ABC pieces, to the graveyard so you can summon out your ABC Buster Dragon as quickly as possible. We then play 2 copies of Magnet Reverse. Okay, Magnet Reverse is something that I really wanted to play in this deck because I thought it had a really neat effect. That you can target one of your machine or rock monsters that is banished or in your graveyard and cannot be normal summoned or set and special summon it. Which is super neat because you can summon out your copy of your ABC Buster Dragon, which is neat. And you can also summon out, cool fact, your Nibiru because it's a rock monster and it cannot be normal summoned or set. It can be normal summon, excuse me. So you can't summon Nibiru, you can summon the ABC Buster Dragon. That's the one you're really trying to summon off of it. Anyways, is to get back that ABC Buster Dragon that's banished or in your graveyard, but that card cannot be normal summoned or set. You special summon it, which is super nice. You'll just get it on your side of the field. Then we play 3 copies of Union Hanger. Union Hanger is really good because when this card is activated, you get to add a light machine Union monster from your deck to your hand. So, if you activate this, you can add ABC to your hand, or you can even add your copy of Heavy Mech Armor, or the Heavy Mech Armor support if you need it. But usually you're going to add one of your Union Hanger pieces, which I just consider A, B, and C. So when you activate this card, you get to add that card, and then once per turn, if a light machine Union monster is normal or special summoned to your side of the field, you can special target one of those monsters and equip an appropriate light Union machine monster to one of those monsters, which is really good from your deck. But banish the Union monster equipped, but the Union monster equipped cannot be special summoned this turn, which is fine. So if you summon B, you can equip A to it and then from the deck, which is cool. Or, for instance, if you summon C, you can equip B to it, which is super cool, but you can only activate those effects once per turn. Now, the really cool new card that we got in the deck that sped the deck up a lot is Unauthorized Reactivation. This card is bonkers good. What it does is it lets you target a machine monster you control and equip it with 1 appropriate machine Union monster from your hand or deck to that Union monster, but Union monsters you equip with that card cannot be special summoned this turn. So, for instance, if I had A on the field, I could activate Unauthorized Reactivation and equip B to A, and then immediately, get rid of the A, and then summon out my C or some way and get C out into the graveyard, and then I got more plays, which is really cool to be able to do just to get those monsters in the graveyard so you can get your ABC Buster Dragon. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing a single copy of ABC Buster Dragon. ABC Buster Dragon is the big thing that you're going to be summoning in the deck the majority of the time. It's usually your first turn play, because what it does is you send to your graveyard, or if it's in your graveyard, you can banish the above cards you control from your hand, from your field or graveyard, and then special summon this card. Really good effect just to be able to get it out on the field, because it's really easy to get A, B, and C in the graveyard to summon this card. It also has the ability that once per turn, during either player's turn, you can discard a card and then target a card on the field and banish it. And then during your opponent's turn, you can tribute this card and then target 3 banished Union machine monsters, or light machine monsters, and then special summon them. And then it's a quick effect as well, which is really cool because what you're usually going to just summon is your ABC pieces back to your side of the field, which is going to just get you 3 monsters on the field, and then you can resolve their effects when they're sent to the graveyard, which is super cool. And then you have Magnet Reverse to bring this card back once it's in the graveyard, and then you can tag it out again, which is really nice. One copy of Appaloosa. Appaloosa is extremely easy to go into in this deck because ABC are all different names, and it's really easy to put all 3 of them on the board, especially if your opponent can't deal with ABC Buster Dragon on their turn. Then you just use Appaloosa on your turn and go into the Appaloosa, and it just shuts your opponent down. Boral Sword, because it's really easy to make again, and you just OTK your opponent with it. One copy of Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn just spins stuff, so it's really good. Phoenix to pop spells and traps, and Union Carrier because it's the best link monster for this deck. It helps you put those Union monsters on your side of the field, which is super, super pivotal and super helpful. We then play Utopia and Utopia Double. Basically what this does is it gives you a 10,000 attack point beat stick, which is why you play this card at 1 each with the double or nothing, because you overlay 2 of your ABC pieces essentially into Utopia Double, and then detach a material, and then summon Utopia, and then add the double or nothing to hand and swing at your opponent for 5,000, detach a material, and then do 10,000 when you drop double or nothing. Really cool effect. Tornado Dragon, just to be able to bounce or pop spells and traps. Exciton Knight, in case you need to blow a board. Daigusto Emerald, just in case you need to shuffle back that ABC Buster Dragon because you don't have Magnet Reverse and you need to get it again. Abyss Dweller, just to lock graveyards down. Number 60, because you can double the attack of a monster, draw 2, or discard 1. And then, because we play level 5 machine monsters, you play a Nova and an Infinity, because it's really easy to go into that lock with Nova Infinity. And it's really helpful to go Nova Infinity while you have the copy of Utopia Double trying to go off as well. So this is like a really good combo to go off with your Utopia Double and your Cyber Dragon Infinity. And it's not super hard. If you draw in a guitar and a copy of Galaxy Soldier, you essentially have it, where you can just special summon out the Infinity onto your side of the field, which is super nice. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a really fun deck to play around with. I highly recommend that you guys give it a try. It's probably, I feel like in the next coming list, they're going to give us back at least 1 copy of Buster Dragon. I don't feel like it'll stay at 1, but I feel like they were, like with Colossus, they were afraid of this card because of the potential that this deck can make 3 ABC Buster Dragons. But I feel like it coming back to 1, I feel like it's going to be like Conahawk, and eventually the people will just be like, oh, okay, we're going to bring it back. Fine, it's cool. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell next to become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.